Today at my off-grid cabin, I'm going to be going through every single electrical outlet, every switch, anything that has to do with electricity here. I am going to tidy it up, install some new things, repair some old things, anything and everything electrical I'm gonna cover in this video. And by the end, I hope to have everything set up so I can have my gas generator in one location, my batteries in a different location, and I can keep them there, and all I have to do is crank up one or the other and they will work for all different scenarios that I face here at the cabin. Because right now, the way things are, I have to move the gas generator over here in some situations. I have to move my batteries over here in other situations. And it's because I don't have things finished and set up the way that I want them. So today I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get things set up so that it's much more convenient around here as far as electricity is concerned. Last night I went to the store and picked up all these goodies here. Should be everything that I need to do what I want. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. So here's my gas generator. It's a Honda EU2000i. And here's my stack of batteries, which provide me an alternative to the gas generator. If I want quiet, silent power, I can use these. And I also have 4 solar panels that attach to this, but I'll cover that later. Now, many of you are already aware of this, but the way that the electricity at the cabin works is every outlet, every switch, they all go to this cord right here. And see, these are the types of things that I want to fix because this is kind of a mess here. But everything connects to here, and all I do is turn on this generator and plug the cabin in, and I've got power inside. And then when I pull the plug, the power shuts off. Now there's also electricity inside the garage, aka the off-grid workshop in here. Let me show you that. So as we come inside, up in the ceiling here, or the attic, some of you may remember me installing this, putting all the drywall, installing these lights, all that stuff. There are outlets for which these 4 LED lights are plugged into, and then all of them connect to this wire right here, and I have it wired to this plug. And when I carry all of this outside and I take this wire and plug it into the generator, then I have lights and power inside here. And then I just unplug it from the generator, roll it back up, and move it in here. Again, this is another thing I want to tidy up and fix, make it much more convenient. Now, everything that I just showed you when it comes to plugging things into the gas generator, that same thing can be applied to the batteries. If I plug that cord from the garage into the batteries, it will turn on the lights in here. If I plug that cord that goes to the cabin into the batteries, everything inside the cabin will turn on and work, as long as those batteries have enough juice. So the process is use the batteries when there's enough juice in there, and as you use power from the batteries, that starts to drain, and then you plug it into the gas generator and the batteries fill back up. Now again, I have the solar panels here, and someday I really need to get them set up on the roof so that they're just constantly trickle charging the batteries, so I don't have to run the gas generator. All right, now that we covered the bases of what's going on as far as electricity here at the cabin, I'm gonna start working my way from this cord right here, and we're gonna follow that cord to each location, and we're gonna fix the next thing in the line. And then once we're done fixing that, we're gonna move to the next one, and the next room, and the next room. So while I'm working on all this, I'm not gonna have anything plugged in to power so I don't electrocute myself. In the meantime, I'm gonna have the gas generator over here charging my batteries. One, two, three. Oh, it's 4 wires. 1, 2, 3, 4 wires into this box. This one goes upstairs. This one goes downstairs bedroom. And this one for the other downstairs bedroom. And this one is for the plug. Now we're gonna use this box. All right, I got this new box in and 3 wires going into it. The 4th wire goes upstairs, and that's where I'm gonna make my first detour from this spot. If we follow this wire outside here, it goes upstairs. And this is a pretty hokey setup here. It's just this bare wire going behind this little trim piece. So I'm gonna take that off, and what I'm gonna do is run conduit through a closet and go up through the floor, so the wire will no longer be on the outside of the cabin. So here it is going up the wall here, and then it pokes into this bedroom upstairs to an outlet. Upstairs we go to this room. This lamp right here. There's the outlet. Oh yeah, real professional and safe this was. There we go. All right, now I just got to pull that out of the wall from the outside. I got out as much as I could. I'm just gonna cut it. There. All right, there'll just be a little shorty piece in there that just exists in the wall from now on. But part of the insulation got cut, and then it was getting caught between the siding, so that's all right. It'll just be in the wall forever. I think I got enough of this out so that I'll be able to reuse this piece. There we go. No critters getting in there. A couple tricks I just learned about removing these staples. Be sure to not hold your tool like this, because you can pinch yourself, get a blood blister like I just did. But get a hold of the staple, pinch it, and then wiggle. Whoa, shit. Get a hold of the staple, pinch it, get a good grip, and then wiggle up and down, back and forth. And that'll kind of break it loose, and eventually it'll break free. Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh. One at a time. All the way down the wall. Oh. 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 So I don't know a lot about the history of this place, but every time I do a project, the history reveals itself a little bit more. So you can see how behind here, the paint is like an orange color. So I think that was the original color. And then at some point, somebody wired this place, ran the wire up the wall, covered it with this trim that I took off, and then painted the entire cabin the color that it currently is. Now allow me to explain what's going on here. I had to punch a hole here, punch a hole here, punch a hole here, because this is going to be a very important box. It's gonna go behind this wall right here. See, this is where that wire was that I just removed, and that window is the bedroom that I'm about to go inside. Here's that window, and to the side of it is this closet here. And inside this closet, this box is gonna go right here. And this line that I drew is where a piece of conduit is gonna go on along the ceiling, and then in here. And that hole that I punched is gonna go through a hole in the floor that I'm going to drill right there. And then this hole right here is gonna go down to a piece of conduit that's gonna go through the floor down there. All right, I like what I see. There's a wire And there's a screwdriver down there. Made it through the floor. Alright, I'm through the ceiling. Now I gotta go through the upstairs floor. Keep this thing straight somehow. Straight, 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 straight. Till I hit. And then drill there. Oh boy, this is gonna be tricky. Right there. Okay, back upstairs to check the damage. I think it's gonna work out. Yes, sirree. There it is. That's gonna work great. Probably need a battery, huh? Alright, so now I'm going to take that wire that was running up the wall on the outside, and I'm going to put it through the hole in the floor right here that goes in the closet and to that piece of conduit. There we go. And up and up and up till it stops. Then I know I'm inside that box. At least I think. No way. I went through the box and then through the floor. Went too far. I thought it was gonna hit right there. That's pretty funny. Alright, right there is good. Right here. It's gonna come out of the closet over here to this first new box. That's the fourth wire I was looking for. All right, I got these wires tidied up a bit. Now if we go back outside, see how there's another wire right here that's on the outside wall, just like that one that I took off was, and then there's another one over here. There's an outlet on the wall in this bedroom, and then there's an outlet on the wall in that bedroom. So I'm gonna do the same thing that I just did in that upstairs bedroom. I'm gonna remove those outlets, pull the wires out of the wall, run conduit through the floor, and then run it to this blue box. So pretty much doing the same thing over again 2 more times. Need to get myself one of those easy buttons. That was easy. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and run this wire through the closet into the upstairs bedroom. I did it. All right, working on a bit of a headache right now. Hopefully that goes away, but it might be just because of all the weird positions I put myself in. Recap of what I've done so far. Here's this first box, and inside this box we got 5 wires now. One wire is the plug, runs around there and into the box. Another one is from the downstairs bedroom that comes over here into the box. Another one is from the other downstairs bedroom. There's 2 wires running over there, and they come this way, and then this yellow one is from the garage and goes in here. So this one is done. Now it's finally time to make my way down toward the middle of the cabin and work on that. I think the current headache that I'm feeling is physically induced due to all these movements I've been making, but I can only imagine what kind of headache I would have if I was doing this exact job for somebody else who was paying me an amount that I either quoted them or they were paying me by the hour. Just that alone would cause me a stress-induced headache for sure. There's a total difference in the amount of stress that I feel when I'm doing stuff for myself like this. I can take my time. Of course, I don't want this to take forever, so I'm working as well as I can, but also with an aspiration of finishing relatively quickly. But in the back of my mind, I know I can stop at any moment, I can take a break, and it's not gonna be the end of the world. Whereas if I quoted someone to do this job and I have this like ticking clock in the back of my mind, like, all right, you're this stage into the process and you're still like only halfway done, and you quoted it was going to take you 12 hours and you're like 8 hours in and you're not even close to done. So then you know you're going to be working longer than you charged, and you're still going to get paid the same amount, but you're going to be losing money because it took you longer than expected. And then you're thinking about that after you get paid, and then the next time you paid, you're quoting and you're like, all right, I gotta bid this job better than I did last time. But then you bid it more to account for the fact that this might take a long time, and then you don't get the job because it was too expensive and it was out of the customer's budget. So then you didn't get the job at all. And man, that just like journeyman or like handyman, people like that, those are the types of things that they think about and go through all the time. So you add that stress on top of how physically demanding trades like these are. But the funny thing about the men and women who do these types of jobs, you talk to them and they're just like the most hard-headed, like head down, I'm gonna do my job, I'm gonna provide for my family, and I'm gonna get the bills paid, and then we're gonna go have a good time on the weekend, and then I'm gonna come back Monday, I'm gonna do it all over again. And they just don't let it get to them. And I know many people like that. They work hard jobs, and that's just how they operate. It's just like, this is what I have to do, and this is what I'm going to do to get the job done and provide for my family. So to all those of you who match that description, I salute you. So from that box that I just installed down there, as you crawl down the underside of the cabin, you make your way along here to this point. Now where these wires go up into the floor right here, that is the Harry Potter room, the cupboard underneath the stairs. It's kind of a famous location from previous videos. Now it looks like the last person who did the wiring, for some reason they left this giant coil of excess wire here, and I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't feel like unraveling it and dealing with cutting off the excess. That's just is what it is there. So I got those wires going up into the cupboard under the stairs, and then this wire goes over to the entry room over there. So I'm going to staple that in place, and then everything under the entry room is done. I did that in previous videos. When I did that whole project, I tidied that up and made it all nice over there. So I'm just gonna staple this in place over to this point right here. To this point will be good. And then I'll make my way to the opposite end of the cabin. All right, let's work our way down to the other end of the cabin here. And here we are. Oh, would you look at that? What a beautifully safe situation we have going on here, as per usual. Okay. The portal to the next dimension. So there's those wires that I just showed you, and we got more of the same here. This wire goes up the wall and into the upstairs. And then here's another wire that goes up the side of the wall. I'm gonna redo both of those just like I did on the opposite side. And then here's another wire going into the wall. This one just comes right up the side, exposed to the outside. So we're gonna fix all this. And for those true fans of the channel, here's the Starlink wire. And I still got my foam, my foam piece of sandpaper that I used to block that hole. It's still there, I never fixed that, so. Solid. All right, everyone, so last night I finished off my workday by wiring each one of these outlets. This one on this side of the wood stove, that one on the opposite side of the wood stove, that one upstairs, the other one in the upstairs bedroom, another outlet in the downstairs bedroom, and then another outlet in the other downstairs bedroom. So all of those outlets are wired and done. And now I'm in this downstairs bedroom, and inside this closet, I am going to run a piece of conduit from that box right there along the ceiling in the closet through this wall, and then that's going to lead over to this hallway right here. And this is a hallway between the kitchen and the bathroom here, and right now there is no lights in the hallway, so it's very dark, and this is the last area of the cabin that I want to install some lights. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then once I'm finished doing that, everything inside this cabin, as far as the outlets, lights, switches, it'll all be done for now. Unless I think of more things I want to put in here in the future, but that will be done, and then I can go over to the garage and wrap things up. I say that like it's gonna be quick and easy, but there's still a lot more that needs to be done in the garage. But let's do the hallway first, one step at a time here. There we go. Okay, if we look inside the closet here, everything turned out pretty good. On the opposite side of the closet, we have my two lights in the hallway, which come down to this switch. So I might speed through all that footage pretty quickly. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's just measuring, cutting. I had to find those two studs, or the rafters that are on the ceiling, to secure those boxes into the rafters, but I actually used the fact that I knew where the rafter was in the shower to measure off of the wall over here and then find the rafters there and there. So it helped that I had done what I did in the shower already. So now everything inside the cabin, indoors, is wired. So the rest will take place inside the garage. Alrighty folks, final step in this whole process is going to be putting a couple boxes here and wiring up the lights inside the shop so that they all work together. I'm going to do that real quick. Oh, and install a switch over here for the lights, and then we'll be done. All right, the time has come. I'm really not looking forward to this, but now I need to go up into the attic of the garage and wear a mask so that I don't have to breathe in all that fiberglass insulation, and run wires from the lights that are up here down to the switch box that I installed over there, and then run a wire back from the switch box to the power source, which is those boxes down there. Get everything stapled in place, wired up. So man, crawling around in the attic is never fun, but won't take too long, so let's do it. Holy crap. I don't know if you could see that, but I was just laying flat on my belly, reaching out as far as I could reach. Stuck those wires into that little hole over there. Oh my gosh. So the wire runs down there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a hole way down there. That's where the conduit comes up. Here's me, and there's the hole way over there. That was tough. I put jeans and this long sleeve shirt on because I knew I was gonna have to do that to get these wires run through this box. So I was up there, laid down here, and pushing those wires through to right here. Gotta fix the insulation after I flattened it out with my body weight. Fluff it back up. Woo. Holy crap, man. Everything's done up here. Let's get out of here. Oh. It's always such a great time hanging out in the attic, spending time up there. Very enjoyable. Now that I got that finished, I can wire up this switch for these lights, and I can make my connections here, and I will be done. No way. So all this right here is going to be the battery power inlet. I'll show you that after I'm done. All right. Black, white ground have all been connected. All right, everybody, drum roll, please. Are you ready for this? Well, first of all, do you hear that? It's the sound of silence. There is no generator running right now. Watch this. Oh, what? I have power to the garage from my batteries right here. So let me show you what I did. That wire that runs over to the cabin, that yellow wire that I was talking about earlier. And they come this way, and then this yellow one is from the garage. It comes up right here and goes to this outlet, and this wire that I put in here and installed. Now this is the battery inlet. So when I want power at the cabin coming directly from here, I just unplug this or plug it in, and I've got direct to the battery power. And my generator is still under the cabin, and that is going to be its permanent resting place. So when I want generator power, I'll crank that up and it'll stay right there. I'll plug it in using the same cord that used to be there. And while the generator is running over there, what I can do is that provides power to right here, and I can plug in this, which is the charger for the batteries, and plug in the batteries, and it will charge. And I never have to move this. It can just stay right here. But right now, when the batteries are plugged in, now that's providing power to everything. See this outlet? It's got power from the batteries, and the same can be said for every other outlet, every other switch. Once I plug into the battery, the power runs from the batteries through this wire right in here, and then it goes from this box down to this outlet up to the attic of the garage and powers the lights here, and then downstream from this wire powers everything else. Now let's check out the new addition to the wiring family here in the cabin, the hallway lights. What? I have lights. I can see my pantry over there. It's amazing. And of course, I had to do it dimmer switch style, because dimmer switches are just the best. All right, so here's the outlet in the closet. Boom, that works. Now the reason I put the outlet there was so that I could join everything in that box, but also now I can get a light that goes onto the ceiling here inside the closet and just has like a pull string that you can plug into that outlet and use the pull string to turn on, and then you have lights in the closet. Whew, man. Now I get to sit back, relax, sort of relax. I need to edit this video, but I can sit back and enjoy the fruits of my labor, silent power. That generator that's running in the background is my neighbor's generator. It's not my generator, so I have quiet power. This is so great. I went around and checked all of the outlets to make sure that they worked. That was my final step in this process. But what a feeling, man, what a feeling. It's been such a long time since I wanted to do that. Get everything set up so that the gas generator stays right here. And when I need the power from that, I turn it on and I don't have to move it. And I can have the batteries over here and they can just stay there. And when they need to be charged, all I have to do is plug it in. I don't have to carry it over here or move this over here or do this in this scenario. It's just like, this is where everything is, and all I have to do is plug that in, unplug that, plug that in, turn the switch on, turn the switch off. It's just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks. Install some new things, repair some old things. Anything and everything electrical I'm gonna cover in this video. And by the end, I hope to have everything set up so I can have my gas generator in one location, my batteries in